welcome, listeners. You are now tuned in to another special episode, an extended version of 10 Minutes to Talk. I'm your host, Nina Capone. Sometimes I go as Jamila Laurie or the Olivia Pope of Small Businesses. And today we are diving deep into a question that buzzes in the mind of every entrepreneur. What is a business strategy? As a consultant, this question comes so more often than not. It's something that I think a lot of business owners kind of goes back to the reason why they don't use consultants. And some people, which I'm seeing a lot on the internet right now, is saying, hey, people are gatekeeping, yada, yada, yada. They are successful in their business. I want to know how to get started. They're not telling me all that good stuff. They're not obligated to tell you. There are consultants out here like myself who will help you research and strategize your plan of action, and that's literally what it is. So I wanted to kind of get deep into what a business strategy is and what that would mean for your business. So today's episode is not just about a business strategy, but we're going to break down the key components of operations, technology, and marketing, of course, because if you know me, you know those are my favorite things. And I'll also share why I developed my exclusive Hustle and Hack strategy, which spans just 6 weeks. This strategy isn't just about talking or planning. It's about doing and implementing, okay? Because I feel like some of the entrepreneurs who are gatekeeping, we can share this information with people, but they don't get started on it. So I created a strategy where it's more or less talking, more actually planning and implementing. Let's get it done. Let's do it and get it implemented. Let's get started. Okay. So the first segment of this talk will be understanding a business strategy. When we talk about business strategy, we'll achieve, how can I say it? So you want to be able to compete in the market and optimize your resources. So a strategy isn't just about choosing your goals and saying, okay, these are my list of goals. This is what I'm going to do. And this is how I'm going to do it. It's about mapping out the best path to get there. So let's say this person started their business and they did it this way. That path may not work for you because we're seeing a lot of, we have people who start out with a lot of money or loans or what have you, or backing or support, and they can jump right in and get their business started. But then we have people who have less resources who may have to take a different path. And this is where the strategy comes in. Okay. So segment 2, I hope that actually answered some of your questions, but we're going to get deep, right? So the pillars of a business strategy. To effectively discuss business strategy, we must understand that there's 3 critical pillars, okay? And that's where I come in. This is literally what I do. Operations, technology, and marketing. Now, some older consultants would refuse to agree with me because they may not put that technology part in place, but they should be, because we live in 2024 and this is just what it is, right? So operations, technology, and marketing. Let's talk about operations. So operations focuses on how much your business runs day to day. This includes everything from production processes to workforce management to supplier relationships and customer service. And an effective operation strategy ensures that your business runs as smoothly and efficiently as possible. Okay? Without the correct operations in place, you're going to live in hiccup land. You're going to stay dealing with putting out fires. Okay, let's say that. Let's say you're going to constantly be putting out fires. You want your business to run smooth each and every day. You want to have systems in place. You want to have processes in place. So if you're not there, nothing changes. If your staff, 3 of your staff decide to walk out, your processes can be easily and effectively communicated to the people who have to pick up and take that slack. So that's where when we talk operations, we're not just talking about your day to day, what you do. We're talking about everything in between, everything. How does this look? And what I find mostly is business owners don't have this written down. They don't have this part mapped out. So when dealing with a consultant or going through my hustle and hack program, this is one of the things we stop and take a deep breath and dive into. Okay, because this is one of the main points of you working on your business and not in your business, right? You don't want to work in your business. You want to hire people to do these things for you. You want to work on adjusting, managing, taking things away, adding new services, developing the business, making it better. Okay, so we covered operations. Let's move on to technology. Okay, if you know me, you know that's my favorite part, but it's not much to it. So in today's world, technology is the backbone for most successful businesses. Not all, but for most successful businesses, a technology strategy involves deciding on what technologies to use in your business. Staying competitive and innovative. If you run a major corporation, if you run a small business, a nonprofit, or a hair salon, what is your check-in process? How do people sign into your business? How do you know how many customers you served a day? How do you stay in communication with your customers? We have to have, again, this goes back to operations as well, but the technology definitely, this goes hand in hand with your operations. You can't run smooth operations without the right technology in place. They have so many tools out here where you can say, hey, I need something too. And this is where the consultant comes in. I literally sit and vet great customer products that, I can refer you to. And I partner with these companies so that you're getting the best of services. So you think about, okay, it may seem mediocre in the beginning when we say just have everybody sign in. What if everyone signed in electronically, you captured their email address, and you were able to send follow-ups, let them know of upcoming events in the community, events that you may be having specifically, things they may just really need to know. It's so much more you can do to be interactive with your customer base if you have the right technologies in place. So again, technology can include anything, anywhere from a CRM system to AI-driven analytics tool. It's pretty much any and everything, okay? So your CRM manages your customers, how you communicate with your customers, and your analytics is literally just that, gathering that information, having you see what that looks like on a day-to-day, what my day-to-day looks like. How many people did I serve? Because if you're in the nonprofit sector, one of the things that's usually asked is how many customers did you serve today? What were they looking for? This is how we kind of manage our business and say, this is what we need more of. This is what we need to do. Our analytics is everything. So you want to make sure with the right technology in place, you're using that technology properly so that you can get the proper analytics. Once you have those analytics, what I call analytics money, because that's what drives the revenue. This is what determines, how much money you're going to make, how much money you're not going to make. And then anything in between. This is, if you're looking for a grant or for a loan, this is, what do you need it for? How many customers do you serve? What do you do? How do you do it? This all, can be driven into day-to-day activities. This is data that you can collect each and every time you communicate with a customer. Okay. Last but not least, we have marketing. Now, marketing is all about how your business communicates with the world. Okay. Your marketing strategy shapes your brand's image. It dictates your promotional activities and defines how you connect with customers, both new and existing customers, right? So, with that being said, you want to make sure that your brand has a voice. If your brand doesn't have a voice, you don't exist. If your brand doesn't exist, you don't exist. So, your marketing strategy has to actually correlate with what you do and how you do it, okay? Your brand's voice is how you communicate. It's how people know you, what you do in the community, what you do outside the community, how you give back, and everything in between. Okay? Segment 3. We feel like I need to take a deep breath, right? So, what I created is the hustle and hack strategy. It's a theory, right? Now, the question is, why did I develop the hustle and hack strategy? And why it's only 6 weeks. So I get this all the time. Why is it only 6 weeks? I can't. So I hear a lot of that. One of the biggest things is the idea actually came from seeing so many entrepreneurs getting stuck in what I like to say endless cycles of planning and consulting with no action being taken. And my goal was to create a strategy that cuts right through that, right? I felt like, meeting with a customer every single week and you give them something to do. I want to see outcomes. I want to know how it worked. Don't tell me, oh, I didn't get to it, or, oh, I just didn't have time, or I didn't even look at your email. Okay, that's not what you're paying me for. So I wanted to create a strategy that will make you, the customer, the entrepreneur, be accountable for your time with me. So we're getting things done, right? The 6 weeks are intensely focused on implementing all of the crucial steps you need to start seeing results. Now, are you going to get everything done? No, but you're going to learn a lot. And each week we actually target, and you're going to get a lot done. I'm sorry. So you are going to get a lot done. Not everything, but you're going to get a lot done, and you're going to have direction. So each week we target a specific area. We combine operations, technology, and marketing. And we do this to ensure that by the end of the program, not only have you developed a solid strategy, but you've also started to see how it's going to look in motion, So it's one thing to be a consultant and tell you, okay, this is what you're doing right. This is what you're doing wrong. This is what you need to do to fix it, and say, okay, we'll meet with you every week and we're going to look at progress and see how far you've gotten. Let me tell you something. Consulting is not my number one business, but it's something that I'm really extremely passionate about. I want to see entrepreneurs grow. So I'm very selective on the customers I take. If you're not willing and ready to do the work to get to the core, to get to that bag, that money that you're looking for, then I don't work with you. And I can pretty much tell. I've been doing this for a long time, so I can tell if you're serious about this or not. So with that being said, we go through a discovery where we actually look at overall if you're really ready to do this. Because time is more valuable than money, right? Time is more valuable than money. So what I'm not going to do is let you waste my time, and I'm not going to let you waste your time. If you're not ready, you're not ready. Come back. I'll be here. Okay? Been around for 17 years. I will be here, right? So let's talk about some success stories. Like I said, I've been around for a very long time. I've worked with over 100 small businesses, and those who really dive into the hustle and hack strategy often see dramatic shifts in just 6 weeks, okay? From increasing their sales by intriguing numbers, like it's almost crazy, right? And they simply do this by integrating new technology, new tech tools, streamlining their operations and processes. And if you don't know, when you streamline your operations and your processes, this can cut costs to more than 30%. And trust me, the results speak for themselves. If we put things in place that make sense, we're going to save money. So the money that you're paying me, trust me, you won't even miss it because you're going to make that back. That's what we call ROI, return on investment. And taking my course is literally that. It's a return on your investment because you're going to streamline all of your processes. And as long as you do the work, you're going to get there. You are going, I promise you that you will get there if you do the work. If you don't do the work, I can promise you that you will fail. Okay? So I got a few questions from some listeners here. Let's get started. Let's take a few. Let me see. Let's see. Okay. Question number 1. Let's see. Okay. Nina, I run a small bakery. How can I incorporate technology into my business strategy to enhance my operations and customer experience? Great question. For a bakery, technology can streamline both back-end and front-end operations, customer interactions, and pretty much the experience that you're building in a whole. What you want to consider is a point of sale POS system that integrates your inventory management, keeps track of your supplies and sales in real time. This way you're not have to go back and do inventory. Everything is happening in real time. You can see it, you understand it, you know what's happening. You can pull a report on the fly if you're running out to make purchases on inventory. You can pull a real-time report and see what you need to grab. And on the customer side, a simple online ordering system can enhance customer experience by reducing wait times, making it easier to order ahead, also using social media platforms to market your daily specials. So, and I'm not saying everything, but if you say, hey, it's so easy to use social media. You can jump on and say, we got a daily special. I see a lot of businesses doing this, and you can attract more foot traffic right into your business. So it's not about just having technology. I have people who just ordered a bunch of technology and it's like, oh, I'm up. No, you're not. So it's all about choosing technology that alleviates pain points in your operations and meets your customer needs. Okay. So you want to make sure you're choosing the right technology. All technology ain't good technology, right? So let's go to question number 2. Nina, as market trends change rapidly, how should small businesses adapt their marketing strategies effectively? All right. Marketing strategy adaptation. Love this. Okay. Adapting quickly to market trends is 100% crucial. The key is to stay engaged with your customer base and be responsive to their changing needs. You want to utilize social media and customer feedback tools. We have some that we recommend because you want to hear directly from your customers. Also, you want to keep an eye on what your competitors are doing, because if you don't know what they're doing, then you can't stay in a loop of what's going on. You want to consider emerging trends in digital marketing. What's going on? Who's using what? What's the latest in my particular field? Like influencer partnerships. Super important, right? And they can help you grow dramatically as long as you're using your influencer partnerships correctly. Interactive content where you're putting up content where you're asking questions and people are responding. It's so many out here now, depending on what platform you're using. Hey, follow us here, download this, do this. So interactive content is very, very helpful when really adapting quickly to the market change, because we know that this is something that's going to be around and you can see where people are. And just keep in mind that flexibility is your friend. Okay. Be flexible. I know we don't like change in this society. We hate change, but let's get used to it, because when in technology, the world of technology changes each and every day. Okay. So you want to make sure that you're constantly testing different approaches and measure the results to see what works best for your audience, because what works best for me may not work best for you. Doing a podcast talking about your business may not really reach or resonate with your listeners. So understand who your audience is and make it make sense, right? You want to be able to find them in a right place. You want to make sure that when you are talking, they're listening. So where do your audience, where are they mostly? How can you get their attention? What will make them interact with your content? That's the most important part. So I want to take one last question here. And this question is, what are the most important metrics to look at to know if my business strategy is successful? Okay. All right. So measuring strategy success. This is a great question. To measure the success of your business strategy, you want to focus on a mix of financial, customer, and operational metrics, okay? Not just look at one thing. And I think the common thing that people look at is the financial part and say, okay, I'm making money, so this is it. But that's not all you want to look at. Again, financial, customer, and operational. The metrics should be looked at overall. So financially, you want to look at the revenue growth, of course, profitability, and the return on investment, that ROI. Okay. That's number one. That's the most important part. And I think this is where most people stop, but it's so much more to it. So for customer metrics, you want to look at customer satisfaction scores. I think a lot of people are utilizing Google profiles and saying, hey, I get a lot of reviews, but it's bigger than that. Okay. It's much bigger than that. So you want to look at the customer satisfaction scores and repeat customer rates, which are very, very critical. How many people come back to you? How many people stay with you for a period of time? How many people never leave, right? Depending on the type of business that you have, that's why it's important to collect data from your customers when they come in. It's so, so important. Hey, thanks for coming today. Would you mind doing a survey for us, right? So you want to make sure that you're collecting as much information as possible. Next, operationally, okay? You want to assess your efficiency by monitoring inventory turnover, okay? So if you look at your overall inventory turnover, you want to look at the rates and the production lead times. How long is it going to take? If you're crafting something and selling it, like for the young lady who makes my clothes, it takes her time to, production time. So she needs to take the production time. But what I notice about her, she's doing a great job she's still promoting during production time, which allows her to go ahead and sell out of that inventory when she gets it, right? So as soon as that production is done, that stuff is out the door. And it's nothing custom. She's not customizing unique orders or anything. She's literally making them. She's designing or making in bulk. And she's selling out. She's selling out in hours, right? Because she's constantly marketing. Her biggest marketing tool is social media. So she's on social. She's communicating with her customers. I usually order online. I thought this was great customer service for it was really good because I decided, hey, I'm in a city. I went into the store one time and she knew who, and I was like, hi, yes, I buy a lot of clothes from here. And she's like, I know who you are. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I just thought that was so awesome that, it made me feel appreciated because I like to spend money and I love to spend money with business owners who look like me. And I felt comfortable. And, from then on out, of course, she gets my money. But by tracking those particular metrics, you can get a comprehensive overview of your strategy's effectiveness and areas that may need to be fixed a little bit. You just tweak some things because sometimes we feel like we're doing a great job and we may be doing a great job, but some things we got to go back and fix. We got to just take some things away, put some things in place, blah, blah, blah. That's it. It's never that deep, but you want to make sure that you go back and try new things. It is what it is. Okay. So We went 30 minutes, so I'm glad for everybody that stayed tuned. I appreciate you listening. I wanted to do an extended version just to get my point across with this particular 10 minutes to talk. What is a business strategy? I just think it's a very, very important topic. Stop thinking your friends are gatekeeping. They're not professional consultants. They may not be able to explain what they went through to start their business. And that's perfectly fine. Don't feel like they're gatekeeping. Don't take it personal. Don't take their roundabout, because some people just don't want to give you all the information that they had to go pay for. So get you a consultant. Tell your consultant what you're trying to do, and let them go do the research. Let them get the resources for you. Let them help walk you through that process. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain. If you're working with a good consultant, they will find out the information for you. Most of us have degrees in research. This is what we do. We research. We know how to find that information if we're not already connected to someone who's a professional in that particular niche. So that wraps up our extended session on what is a business strategy. Remember, a well-crafted strategy touches on operations, technology, and marketing. But the real game changer is putting those plans into action with urgency and precision. So just like Hustle and Hack strategy advocates, make sure you have it all together. Don't waste too much time on one thing. You're not going to get it right the first time. Put it in action. See how it works. Go back and tweak where needed. Okay? I want to thank you all for tuning in. Keep hustling, keep hacking, and transform your business strategy from a plan on paper to action in the market. I'm Nina Capone, and you've been listening to the extended version of 10 Minutes to Talk right here on In the Streets Radio. And I want to thank you again for tuning in.